Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with the love reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. Cross watchers are always welcome. We're going to be doing a he said, she said spread today, which means I'm going to be asking two sets of questions, one set from you and one set from your person. Okay, so the first question is going to be, how do you see, think about, or perceive this person? The second question is going to be, how do you feel about this person, or how do they make you feel? And the third question is, what are your desires or intentions for this connection? And the fourth question is going to be, what are your next steps in regards to this connection, or how are you going to move forward in this connection? I'll be asking the same questions of your person. So this deck is going to be your voice, Gemini, and this deck is going to be the voice of the person that you are currently romantically connected to. All right, so let's get started here. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become an official sunflower. All right. First question, how do you see, perceive, or think about the person that you're currently romantically connected to, Gemini? Oh, okay. Let's get one more. How does Gemini see this person? Oh, okay. All right. That just flew right out of there. We have the Ace of Swords, very strong air sign energy coming through. They might be an air sign. And we also have the Devil. They could also be a Capricorn with the Devil coming out here. I'm going to pull all the cards on both sides first, and then I'm going to get into it, okay? How does this person, I'm sorry, you guys. This is like, I haven't done this spread in a long time, and I've been doing it all day, so I'm trying to keep it together in my brain. Just be patient with me. Okay, how does Gemini feel about this person, or what feelings are inspired by this person within Gemini? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Hermit and the Star. The Hermit and the Star. Very interesting. Okay. What are Gemini's desires or intentions for this connection? We have Judgment. And we have the Nine of Cups. And how is Gemini going to move forward in this connection, or what are their next steps likely to be? We have the Empress. And we have the Six of Wands. Okay. With the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Very interesting, Gemini. Very interesting. All right. And how does this person see, perceive, or think about Gemini? Ten of Swords right off the bat. And the Two of Swords. Ooh, a lot of swords in a love reading. We don't like to see swords in a love reading. Not like that. Come on. All right. How does this person feel about Gemini, or how does Gemini make them feel? We have the Moon. And the Six of Swords. All right. What are their desires or intentions for this connection with Gemini? Oh. We have the Six of Wands, the Hanged Woman, and the Ace of Cups. All right. And what are their next steps in this connection, or how are they going to be moving forward in this connection with Gemini? We have the Three of Cups and the Five of Cups with the hidden energy, the Fool. Okay. Automatically, I can tell that this is somebody that you are separated from, Gemini, or somebody that you are considering separating yourself from. I feel like you realize this person is not healthy for you. We have the Ace of Swords and the Devil opening up the spread on your side, which means to me that something was exposed to you, something was confirmed for you, that this person is not who you thought they were. They're not the kind of person that you want to spend your time with. They're not the kind of person that you feel is healthy for you to be with. They're not the kind of partner that you feel can give you the love that you deserve. They're just somebody who seems very selfish and self-serving. They might be very superficial. They might be very vain. They also might be somebody who it doesn't really offer much in terms of security, stability, or anything like that. This seems like somebody who maybe thrives on chaos a little bit. That's how you see them, right? You see them as somebody who's a little bit chaotic. They could be a liar, a manipulator. They could be narcissistic or have those tendencies. They're just somebody who is not healthy for you. And I feel like you're just ready to put your foot down and say, like, I'm done with this, right? We have the Knight of Swords, the Hermit, and the Star, and the way that you feel about them or how they make you feel. What's interesting about this is that the Hermit and the Star, is typically said that the Hermit has a lantern, right? You guys, I'll show you a little bit closer. The Hermit has this lantern, and inside the lantern is the star, right? So at some point, you felt like, or at this point, you might feel like there's still some potential that has been unrealized. That's how you feel. You feel like this person, I don't know, put you in a position to have remorse or regret in some sense, in a way that you feel like there's somebody you held very, very dear to your heart. They are somebody who you felt, I don't know, either inspired by, or you felt a desire to nurture or to care for in some sense, or in some way. It's almost like they were some sort of dream, or they represent some kind of a dream for you, and you feel like that's almost being ripped away from you. The way that you feel about them is very soft, considering how you see them, right? How you see them, like, it's like, you know that they're not good for you, but at the same time you want to heal them, or you want to fix them, or I'm not really sure. It's just almost like you feel like if you had acted quicker, or if you had made a decision faster, or if you had had stronger boundaries, or if you had been more decisive, it's almost like you're blaming yourself in a way for their behavior or their misbehavior, or the things that they did or said in this relationship that caused you to feel as if they're not a good person deep down, right? You see them, like, you look at them, you go, they're not a good person. They're so toxic. They're so crazy. They're chaotic. But then in your heart, you're like, dang, I just wish I had more time, or I wish I had done this better, or I wish I had loved them harder. I just, like, what is that? Like, you should never take responsibility for somebody else's misdeeds or misbehavior within a relationship. That was all of them. That was all them. They chose that. They did that. Whatever it was, whatever reason it is that you perceive them as this devil energy right now, that's on them. You might wish them healing. You might want healing for them, but don't ever feel as if there's something that you did wrong. I understand feeling as if there was potential unrealized, and it may have to stay that way. All right, so your desires or intentions moving forward are the Judgment card and the Nine of Cups, which tells me that you know that you're better off on your own. You know that you're better off without this person. You know that you are not in a position to make this person happy or give them everything that they need. This is not the kind of person who's going to benefit from you just pouring in and pouring in and pouring in and never getting anything back, right? This is the kind of person who is going to take you for every last drop if you let them, right? So you understand that now's the time for you to be decisive. Now's the time for you to have boundaries and protect yourself. And I think that your desire is to make it clear that you're on your own. We're not getting back together. Your desire, your intention right now is to show them that you're happy on your own. You might even be trying to flex. You might know that they're watching you on social media, and you might be trying to post pictures looking good and looking healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like that glow up that you get after dealing with somebody who was so toxic and so unhealthy. And now you have space, you have distance, and you look better, you feel better, your skin's glowing, your hair's growing, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you might be wanting to show off for them a little bit, just like, oh, I'm so much better without you. But even if you're not doing that, it's just that you want them to understand that you don't need them, and you never needed them. And now that you don't have them, now that they're not a part of your life, you're thriving, you're doing so much better, and your emotions are way more stable and a lot less chaotic. And then the next steps that you're going to take, are the actions that you're most likely to take after this, are the Empress and the Six of Wands. What was I just saying about this glow up, about this post breakup glow up? That's exactly what's going to happen for you. I don't see that you are going to be moving forward with this person in any capacity. Okay. For some of you, there might be a pregnancy that has already taken place. Not taken place. Let me reword that. Somebody might already be pregnant. Okay. And you're going to decide to move forward with that on your own and do your own thing, because you know that you have the love and the support that you can get to this child. For those of you who are not with child at this time and don't plan to be, if you don't plan to be, wrap it up, right? And don't be engaging with this person if you don't plan on being with them in the future or ever again, right? For most of you, I just see this as you really embracing your femininity, your divinity, understanding that you have so much more to offer than what this person could even hold. They don't even have the capacity to like even hold all the love that you can give. I just find you being more confident, more self-assured, loving yourself so much more. And also, if you've been struggling, if you're a naturally creative person and you've had like artist block or writer's block or something like that, that will dissolve as you separate yourself from this person. It's almost as if their presence in your life was holding you back in more ways than you could possibly imagine. The Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Swords just under that, wanting to move on from something very painful. especially when you thought this person was really the one, you know? Okay, so this is how this person sees you, perceives you, or thinks about you. There's so much pain here. We have the 10 of swords and the 2 of swords. The 10 and the 2 make 12, make 3. 3 of swords, separation, heartbreak, devastation, right? They almost feel as if you've betrayed them in a way, but they also understand the role that they've played in some way, right? They know that they've hurt you. And they also see you being very closed off to them. You might have blocked them, right? And if they're still watching you on socials, it's because they've made these little ghost fake accounts to watch you, or they ask people about you. Like, they know that you don't want them to be a part of your life anymore. They know that you don't want them around you. They know that you feel like they're toxic or unhealthy. You guys might have had that conversation. You might have been like, look, we're done. I'm over this. You're too toxic for me. And you're going to be blocked on everything, like 100%, right? And they understand that, they acknowledge that, they get that what they did was wrong. They understand that they betrayed you or hurt you or whatever, but they're also hurting because you won't let them back in. And now it's almost as if they see you as somebody who's just hung up on the pain, like you just want to be the victim or something. And that's why you're like blocking them out of your life, because you want to play the victim. How they feel about you is the moon and the 6 of swords. I'm not saying a whole lot of love here. What I kind of sense from this is that they don't really, I don't know, they don't really know how they feel, right? I think that whatever your relationship was sort of a game for them for so long that they don't really know how they feel now that it's over. A lot of times when their supply gets depleted, like a narcissistic person's supply gets depleted, they're like, well, let me go find me a new victim, right? Let me go move on and find me a new victim. But with this, there's some sort of emotions that they're suppressing, because I feel like they actually had more love for you than they might have let on. They have more love for you than they might have expressed previously. They have more feelings for you, like deep down. They don't even know how to like access that. They just want to move on. Like, they just want to be done and they just want to move on. Or that's how they feel. They either feel like you just want to be done and you want to move on, and you have feelings for them that you're not expressing, or they have feelings deep down that they're not expressing and they're not talking to anybody about. They just want to move on. They just want to pretend like it's, it's not a big deal. They just want to move on. Like, they don't even want to acknowledge that they might be hurting as well. So their desires or intentions for this are the 6 of Wands, the Hanged Woman, and the Ace of Chalices. So what this tells me is that they're hoping that in the future they get another opportunity to have love with you, to open up to you, or to have you open up to them. It's almost as if they've learned you well enough. If you guys have been back and forth and in and out, and you blocked and unblocked and gotten back together and that sort of thing, they expect that to happen again. They certainly expect that to happen again. They want you to message them. They want you to, I don't know. They want you to accept, like, this is just us. This is just what we go through. This is just what we do. It's almost like accepting your fate in a sense. I'm not really sure why that is, because they feel like you will always love them, or that's what they want. If you even think about entertaining this person again, they're going to be like, yep, I knew it. I knew you loved me. I knew you loved me unconditionally. I knew you were always going to come back to me. I knew you were always going to love me. Even if you don't go back to them, it's as little as sending a text message, and they're going to be like, yep, I still got them. Yep, they're still under my thumb. Yep, I still got them. They haven't learned their lesson, right? They might want to express to you that they've learned their lesson. They might want to apologize. They might feel as if they do that, you'd be open or willing to giving them another chance, right? Because they do want to reconcile, because the next steps here are the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. But what's interesting about these two is that they make the 8 of Cups, which talks about walking away entirely, or they make the 2 of Cups, which talks about coming back together. So they really kind of feel as if it's up to them whether or not you guys are together. Because why would that be their next steps? Either to let you go or to reconcile. Why would they feel as if the power was in their hands? Because they feel like they have you exactly where they want you, and you're never going to move on, and you're never going to let them go, and you're always going to be attached to them in some way, shape, or form. The Fool here being at the bottom of the deck is interesting to me, because it's almost like wanting to lead you blindly, or wanting you to blindly jump back into wherever you were with them. I don't know if this person's intentions are negative or not. I don't feel like they think they are. I don't feel like they even think they're a bad person. I just feel like they think it's in their hands whether or not you guys get back together, or whether or not you give them another chance. To wrap up this reading, I'm going to be pulling some In the Shadows Oracle cards. Is there anything else that this person would like to say to Gemini before we close the reading? I fear that you will reject me. So deep down, they do understand that it's not totally in their hands whether or not you guys are together. I've been struggling. Okay, so once again, this idea that they've been suppressing some of the darker, heavier emotions when it comes to acknowledging that you guys aren't together anymore. I don't trust you, which means that you abandoning them, and especially if this is a cycle between you guys, has created this place where neither one of you feel safe because they do something, you leave, and then they feel pained by you leaving, not necessarily taking into account what it is that they did to force you out the door, right? Sometimes I hear your voice. This tells me that they think about you a lot, or you pop up in their head a lot, or there's things that happen throughout their day that make them think about you a lot. And I fear that you will reject me. So, like I was saying, there's some sort of acknowledgement, at least energetically, that they don't hold all the cards, that you do have some power over them, and that in some ways they don't have any control over how you feel, what you think, or how you're going to move forward in this situation. I see you glowing up, getting better, looking better, feeling better, smelling better, enjoying your life, and just really living up to your own potential as opposed to worrying about this person and whether or not they're going to live up to the potential that you like placed on them. And I just see them basically waiting for you to call, waiting for you to message, or if you don't do it fast enough, they will. But they, like I said, once again, they feel like it's all in their hands. But they do feel like if they reach out to you now, that you're gonna reject them. You're not gonna answer, or you're not gonna text back or something. And that's a risk that they're just not willing to take. So if you've been wondering why haven't they texted me, why haven't they called me, it's because they don't feel like you're gonna answer. They don't feel like you're gonna respond. It's not to say that they don't want to, if that makes any of you guys feel a little bit better, but I wouldn't entertain this person at all, not even give them a drop of attention if you don't want them feeling as if they have some kind of power over you. All right. This is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will be with you next time.